Back on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show, joined today by Jonathan Ludwick, one of the Clay Center Tiger seniors. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And Lud, who we've seen on both sides of that offensive and defensive line this year, doing some great things for the Clay Center Tigers. Let's talk about right now, at the point of this season, with one regular season game remaining. And of course, we know the postseason's still waiting out there for you guys. What are the feelings as a guy that's laid a lot of work into getting on this team and now seeing the final stages of the senior year?
I'm excited. I mean, we deserve this, and we had a lot of guys putting in a lot of work. Everyday practice up on the hill, just putting in work, and we're all ready for it. We know we can make it. So.
That's great. Let's talk about the defense a little bit for the Tigers. The last 2 weeks, it's not easy to throw shutouts against anybody in high school football. You've backed it up twice now. How much fun has it been for the defense to, we say it on the air a lot, pin your ears back and just go?
It's a lot of fun for the guys, especially knowing we can do all that, and it makes it even more fun for the guys on the sideline because, I mean, they're not in the game, but they're at least cheering and making it fun for everybody in the stands. It's just all fun.
It has been crazy. The Tigers den has been rocking with all of the defense you guys have thrown up, but you've also done some great things on offense. IHOP 2.0, I was told here a couple of weeks ago that's now the name of that big offensive line that's doing some big stuff. You guys just really marched the football down the field the last couple of weeks. You've really done some great things all season long, but it just seems to me like you guys have a little bit more chemistry as the season's gone along. You kind of know where each other needs to be and wants to be, and you make it happen.
Well, this senior team, they've been playing since 4th grade, but I came in 8th grade, and they've accepted me, and they've made this the best football I could ever have. And we just love each other. I mean, we play for each other. That's how we do it.
And that, friends, is what football's all about and what this Tiger family is all about on the football field. Jonathan, I know you are looking ahead to maybe following this senior year, enjoying the steps along the way, but you've got ideas of moving on into architecture here.
Yes. I plan to go to K-State and room with Riley and McCade, and that's going to be fun. And I'm going for a master's degree in architecture.
That 3 guys making good things happen at K-State after Tiger football. Where did your interest in architecture come from?
I think it started in about 4th grade. My teacher, he was a really good drawer, and he introduced me to drawing plans, and then I just wanted to do it since then.
It's a lot of work ahead of you, but I know you can handle it. All right, here's the deal. We do a thing called Tiger Talk. Okay. 3 questions about anything, although this week I'll tell you it's about Halloween since it's coming up very, very quickly, okay? Which Clay Center Tiger player or coach has the scariest stare or glare?
Oh, it's got to be Coach Lane. He's always there, but he looks out for you with it. But yeah, it's got to be Coach Lane.
You know when he looks at you what's going on?
Oh yeah. Especially on special teams, you mess up and he'll just give you that glare, and you're like, oh great, got to fix that. So
I've seen that glare before. I know what you're talking about. Okay, in a tackling drill, which Clay Center Tiger is the scariest to go up against?
Parker. Obviously, Parker, he's big, he's strong, and he knows what he's doing. It's got to be him.
And he's woolly, too.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's a good friend, though.
He's done a great job up front. If the Tigers were to have a pumpkin carving contest, who would win?
I think it would be McCade because he's the most artistic out of everybody. But, I mean, and I've seen some pumpkin carving he's been doing with some friends, and it's pretty cool, but it's got to be McCade. So.
Would you carve the pumpkin? Do you have any artistic skills?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to say
You'd build a house with it?
Yeah, I could. I could design a house plan on it, so. Yeah.
That's great. Jonathan Ludwick doing great work for the Tigers out on the field. Lud, keep it going. Let's go get him this weekend, okay?
Yep. Thank you.
The Twin Valley Locker Room Show continues with Tiger football next. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you back inside Clay Center Tiger football, joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice. Coach, we had a chance to talk with Jonathan Ludwick just a little bit ago on the Locker Room Show, and I said in high school football, it's not easy to get shutouts. You've backed it up 2 weeks in a row. That's crazy.
Yeah, we've done some really good things, had a lot of guys contribute and stuff, and, just continue to try to get really sound and work on our run fits, and, it takes a lot of things to go your way for that to happen.
And on a couple of very different style offenses, you make that happen. This past week, Rock Creek moved the football against you and really made some strides, but once again you find ways to force turnovers.
Yeah, their offense is a real challenge. We talked last week, they averaged 20 points a game and, done some really good things. And second quarter, we gave up a few rushing yards, but I think we kind of got that fixed. And, our guys just play so hard and give such a great effort that, they just keep plugging away in there.
Let's talk about the offense as well, who moved the ball, particularly on the ground. I mean, he scored through the air again, but, man, the numbers of people that are racking up yards right now is just really, really impressive. I say it each week, but it's impressive every week.
Yeah, and you look, Riley kind of had I don't know if you'd say a breakout game, but, I think he averaged about 20-some yards a carry, which we know he's very capable of doing. Getting our fullback back in the mix with Levi, kind of nice to see that and kind of get some continuity going. And then I thought our perimeter blocking was probably better than maybe what it had been at some other times too. So it's fun to see a lot of that work together.
You mentioned Levi, but I guess I'll throw in that mix. Cade Wallace, they had some injuries. Hunter Mullen coming off the injury. Right. He scored a touchdown even on the offensive side, which he's moved the ball a lot, but he finally gets to the end zone for you guys this season. Answered some questions on how these guys are able to move and play and those types of things, right?
Yeah, getting those three back in the mix. And like you said, we were starting to wonder if Hunter, if there was some imaginary barrier there. So, it was really exciting to see him finally crack the end zone and be rewarded like that.
I'm going to mention something Jonathan brought up when I was talking with him on the show. He said, it's fun for the guys on the sideline. And he says, I know they're not in right there, but when the defense is doing big things, and I bring that up because the play when Hunter went in, it was like you had just won the Super Bowl. I mean, right. The guys really wanted him to get that touchdown.
Yeah, and that's just, credit to the character of our team. Those guys on the sideline really being into it, supporting each other, being happy for each other. Last week we had a couple guys score their first high school touchdowns, and I think there's a real genuine interest that our guys have in seeing each other have success.
Let's look at what's coming up this week. Smoky Valley's a 6-2 team. You look at comparable scores. That's not really fair because it's all about matchups. What do the Vikings bring into this game that kind of you really concentrated on?
Yeah, they're a bigger team than we are. Their physicality, they're a run first football team. We talk about our tempo a lot. They're really going to work on ball control and clock, and it could be a fairly short game, if both teams are doing what they do. So us just being ready for that physicality. They got a couple 250-pound guys in there, and they're going to be well coached, and it's going to be a physical game.
All right, we're moving to Tiger Talk. 3 questions. It's all about Halloween this week, since it's coming up on Monday. Number 1 is, which Clay Center Tiger, player or coach, has the scariest stare or glare?
I would have to go with Gavin Ware, I think, and just have that look about him. So
I can see that, and if you watch him on the wrestling mat.
Well, definitely.
Yeah, Jonathan said Coach Lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Special teams mistake, it. Okay, number 2, tackling drill. Which Clay Center Tiger do you think would be the most scary to go up against?
Most scary? I think Zeb would probably hold his own. I think, you just don't know where he's going to hit, where he's going to go, and, what his mood is when he enters the drill. So I'd tell him to look out for that guy.
Yeah, I can see that. If the Tigers were to have a pumpkin carving contest, who wins?
We got a lot of creative guys, but I think McCade probably would take it home, work on it for a couple weeks, and probably just have that thing all decked out.
It was Jonathan's answer, too, so good call. Tigers take on Smoky Valley. A chance to get back home for you guys on Friday night. That has to mean a ton.
I think so, man. We're trying not to make too big a deal over what's going on. This is third step, but everybody knows what we're trying to play for, and the opportunity to come back home and play in front of our home fans and do some things that haven't happened in quite a while. I think we're going to be motivated for sure.
Coach, go get him Friday.
All right, thanks a lot.
The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you inside Clay Center Tiger Football.